construct their builds over the course of a series. By the way, SHIN getting pretty aggressive early on right now. 7 Roaches. We'll see if he continues to build more or if this is just for him to try and deal with these Hellions. But if it's just for the Hellions, it feels like it might be a little bit overkill. Yeah, 11 Roaches, so that's going to be a good amount. Unluckily for SHIN, ByuN's is also going into Banshees. And Roaches don't shoot up.
You don't say. These Roaches are going to be moving out now. As the Banshee's going around, Hellions still darting around the map.
They're going to catch the Roaches too.
Yep.
Oh man, if the Banshees, we'll see if the first Banshee, I'm trying to find where it is on the mini-map. Second Banshee is in production about a third of the way done. Yeah, he immediately tags it on the Roaches. This is going to do a really good job of shutting down the aggression. But those Roaches are also now out of position because SHIN was hoping to be aggressive. These Hellions, they're going to send it into the natural expansion. One of them does get caught by a drone and a queen, but 4 more Hellions. How good's the drone micro going to be here for SHIN? So far, 4 drones going down. 1 Hellion on a very low HP, not getting focus fire down. SHIN just trying to pull the boys instead, running the drones away. So far, pretty good control from SHIN, only losing 6 drones to all of those Hellions getting into the natural expansion. He's going to get some counter damage himself done. There is a Banshee here in the natural up ByuN's, so there is going to be a timer on these Roaches, but hey, a little bit of tit for tat, getting 3 SCVs, maybe even going to get a 4th one here in the wall in, disrupting the build of ByuN a little bit as he's trying to wall in. I would say well handled for SHIN. It looked like him being out of position was going to lead to a much more catastrophic situation, but that was well controlled.
I thought there was going to be way more drones killed, like when I saw the Hellions coming in there. But yeah, he did a very good job. I think he could have lost even less if he hadn't had those like 4 that were shot on the ramp. The Banshees are now inbound here. There's spores set up. And it's going to be hard for either player to really do any kind of full-on attack to each other. There is a 3rd command center started here, so Terran's not interested in ending this anytime soon. He wants to basically build this out to a much longer, later push.
Yeah, these Banshees would be fantastic at exerting map control. Especially losing that early queen there for SHIN. That's a very expensive early game loss. And oh, look at this, Tasteless. ByuN is already moving out on the map with Stim. I think he realizes that these Banshees can just kind of ward away all of the queens, and he could walk right onto the creep and potentially apply some pressure to this 3rd base.
Yeah, I was completely wrong. I was saying he's like going to not attack at all. Here he is. No medevac here. It's just Marines, a tank, and 2 Banshees. And I'm not sure that Zer's got enough. He's stimming. Remember, there's no heal. So, like, any damage, I mean, it is kind of permanent. I think, actually, like, Terran just barely has enough.
I think so. The drones are getting pulled. SHIN does not want to lose that 3rd hatchery. Oh man, the drones are just getting mowed down right now by these Marines. The siege tank actually took a really good job of absorbing the damage.
What?
And ByuN just decapitating the economy of SHIN. 12 drones down. The 3rd base is going to fall. What a fantastically timed push.
This is so crazy. Those Marines just won't die. Combat shields is done, by the way. The hatchery goes down.
Medevac's also joining in.
Yeah, and so now he gets that heal up. I've never quite seen a push like that.
Yeah.
I've never quite seen, it was like 9 Marines and a Banshee and a tank. And, you know, a lot of times when you see that many queens, you're like, well, that probably holds that, right? Well, apparently not. And I think we're probably going to see GG. I don't think there's enough Roaches. He can basically kite this all day.
Yeah, I mean, SHIN right now, he's supply bot because he keeps losing Overlords also to these Marines, and Roach is very supply intensive. He just can't produce the units that he needs. Marines stimming 4+1 is done. GG is called. That was well played by ByuN. That was an exciting build. I think nobody was expecting him to push across the map that quickly, but I mean, what keen game sense to identify with those Banshees. Like, you know what? I killed a queen. He has nothing. SHIN has nothing that can test these Banshees away from the Spore Crawlers because of Cloak. I'm just going to use this map control, walk